I'm at the Hyundai Brand Drive Event, except I'm not actually here to drive today because I've already driven all of the cars that are here for testing. Instead, I'm here to show you the Concept 3 and the INSTEROID. Let's look at the INSTEROID first, which is basically the INSTER reimagined as a gaming-inspired concept car designed to spark even more interest in Hyundai's smallest EV. And we reviewed on the channel quite recently and it generated a lot of interest. And honestly, it's kind of brilliant. The name itself tells you everything you need to know. INSTEROID combines INSTER with steroid, and visually, it looks like a 1980s rally car that's been designed inside a video game. Now, to be clear, this is not a production car. Hyundai's head of style has told journalists that this was never supposed to be a car. It started as a sketch exercise by younger members of Hyundai's European design studio, but the passion grew and the budget was found to bring it to life as a full design study. The gaming inspiration is everywhere. There's a sharp front splitter, massively flared arches with ridiculous air vents, track-optimised wheels and a huge rear wing and an aggressive diffuser. That 23 on the side? That's the number of Easter eggs hidden across the car. One of them is a playful cartoon ghost called Boost, which you'll find tucked away in various parts. And that is completely intentional. Hyundai say that INSTEROID is designed to connect with a younger generation, people who grew up customizing cars on their computers before they even touched a steering wheel. Although I'm not young and I just love it. Inside, the concept goes even further with the cabin stripped right back, bucket seats, roll cage, drift handbrake and a chunky gear lever. There's also a customizable grid of lights across the dash that can flash messages or react to how you're driving. Hyundai INSTEROID is a garage-built machine guided by the motto, build it, play it, break it, repeat. There's even a unique sound signature because Hyundai understands that emotion isn't just visual, it's audible. What I really like here is that Hyundai isn't pretending this is practical. This isn't about boot space or charging speed, this is about emotion, something EVs are often criticised for lacking. No performance figures have been released, but it clearly draws inspiration from the IONIQ 5N and 6N with features like drift mode. And then there's the Beat House sound system that turns the cabin into a trendy nightclub on wheels. And yes, even though this is a wild concept, sustainability still matters because it always does with Hyundai. So the interior uses 3D knit fabric made from recycled yarns, produces a single piece made-to-measure process to reduce waste. Lightweight lattice structures are used throughout the car to reduce mass, which is especially important for EVs, even concept ones. The exterior is finished in a soft white, contrasted by a single bold orange highlight, subtle but unmistakable. Hyundai revealed the car at Gamescom, a first for the brand, after introducing it to the media at a private night garage party in Seoul last April. Me? I get to see it 10 months later at a Cotswolds wedding barn venue. Yeah, influencer I ain't. So what does all this actually mean for real cars? INSTEROID acts as a halo model for the INSTER lineup, drawing attention to a production EV that's already doing well. Interestingly though, it's been designed to sit on RN24 underpinnings, the same platform used for the IONIQ 5, which means technically it could be built. And with cars like Renault's R5 Turbo 3E selling out instantly, there is clearly a market, even if that car trades heavily on nostalgia. I just love the fact that concept cars like the INSTEROID remind us that EVs don't have to be beige, sensible or boring. They can be playful and they can be emotional. And yes, they can be a little bit mad. I think the EV world needs more of that. Let me know what you think. Would you want Hyundai to build something like this? Now for something a little more serious. This is the Concept 3, Hyundai's very first compact EV concept under the IONIQ sub-brand. And it gives us a pretty clear hint at where Hyundai thinks Europe's EV future is heading. Hyundai revealed the car at the IAA Mobility, returning to the show after 4 years of absence. and this is one of the biggest events in the automotive calendar with more than 500,000 visitors. So it's no surprise the brand chose this moment to shout loudly about its expansion into a brand new vehicle category. The category is Europe's compact EV sweet spot, the B segment, where demand is booming thanks to tight city streets, affordability pressures, and ever stricter emissions regulations. Concept 3 introduces Hyundai's new Art of Steel design language. It's all about celebrating steel as a material, its strength, flexibility and sculptural potential, rather than trying to hide it. At the front and rear, you'll spot Hyundai's signature Parametric Pixel lighting, but instead of simple blocks, the pixels now form a brightness gradient for a 3D dimensional effect. The design is very much aero-led with sharp intersecting lines, distinctive sloping roofline and a vertical tailgate. It feels very bold without being shouty and very Hyundai. You can see echoes of the wider IONIQ family, but it's doing its own thing, especially at this smaller scale. Now, why this is pretty close to the production look, I very much doubt it if this massive ducktail spoiler makes it to the showroom. Unless, of course, there's an IONIQ 3N lurking in the wings. Entirely possible, especially when you notice details like the speakers down here, which apparently blast out the sound of a burnout as it passes another car. Because, well, just because. Hyundai describes the interior as a furnished space rather than a traditional cockpit. The idea is an intuitive layout with tactile and comfortable materials and a sense of openness designed to reduce stress and make the car feel genuinely welcoming. And then there's Mr. Pix, a small character integrated throughout the cabin that adds moments of surprise, storytelling and emotional connection. Think Minnie's Spike the dog, only probably more annoying. Sustainability is a big role here too, no surprises there, with materials like recycled wool, plastics, ocean waste textiles and lightweight aluminium foam, all while still managing to look properly premium. Although Hyundai isn't talking powertrain and battery options just yet, it's expected to share Kia's 400-volt E-GMP architecture, the largest of which could potentially deliver that magic 400-mile range figure. Due to enter production at Hyundai's factory in Turkey in late summer, this car will sit neatly between the INSTER Super Mini and the IONIQ 5 crossover. Prices are expected to start at around £35,000, which could make it a really tempting alternative to cars like the VW ID.3, Kia EV3, Renault Megane E-Tech and Peugeot E-308.